Hi guys, Neil here with FaceliftInteriors and welcome back to our channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you how to make double welt cord or double piping as we say it over the river. Depending on where you're from. If you're from USA, they like to say double welt cord. But over here we call it double piping. I know a few people have been requesting this video, so this is us delivering. So this is what it looks like. As I said, that is a double welt cord or double piping. We're going to show you how to cut the fabric, how wide you've got to cut the fabric, how to sew it up, and then how to attach it on. There's multiple ways in which you can attach this, and I really like it as a finish. So essentially, it's just a decorative piece that you generally would fit on like an antique chair, something like that. We normally use single piping for most things like arms, cushions, outside backs. This is for like, yeah, really nice like Louis chairs or decorative chairs or club chairs, stuff like that, just to finish it off around the front. So if you like upholstery tips and tricks, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, drop us a like, throw us a comment, we will do our best to get back to you. So yes, this is how you cut, sew and fix double welt cord or double piping. Action! So when you're doing any piping or double piping, you need to cut it. So this is just a bit of plywood that's cut to 4.5 centimeters, 45 mil. So that folded in half and sewn is perfect for piping. So if you're doing double piping, we're basically just going to double that. So I am going to just lay that on here. You see we've already cut piping out of this previously. So that's 1, 2. So I'm just going to mark that. So I'm just going to cut this strip up. So this is approximately 90 mil or 9 centimeters for double piping. You won't need all of it. As I'll show you later, we cut some off. So now we've cut our fabric, go over to the machine and run up our piping. We're going to need to put our double piping foot on the machine. So I'm going to show you how we put that on. This is what it looks like. This is double piping foot. As you can see, it's got 2 ridges, and obviously the middle foot as well has got a dip in it as well. So the piping, 2 cords can run through that foot together. So we're going to take our feet off. So we're taking our single piping foot off. As you see the difference here, 1 ridge, single piping, 2 ridges, double piping. See the difference? Right, so that is both feet off. So we're going to put our middle in first. So we're just sliding that on. Then we're going to put our double foot on. So that is our foot on. So what you do here is fold over, so that is about an inch I'd say, and then get your other bit of piping in there nice and tight and then over. Then you want to come over to the machine, make sure your foot's up, and then boom, down she goes. So I'm just going to get this lot ready as well. And then we are just going to stitch. So the first cord's in there, second cord goes up nice and tight to it, and then fold it over. And then you're just running that through. So there you have your double piping. So all I'm going to do now is cut all this excess off because you don't need it. So that is double piping. So there are 2 ways to fix your double piping. Well, no, there's 3 ways to do it. You can stitch it, hand stitch it, which is going to be quite long and arduous. You can staple it on or you can glue it on. I'm going to show you how to staple it and how to glue it on. So what you can do, which is a bit risky because sometimes you can see the staples, but if you're stapling this onto a frame, let's say this is the bottom of a chair, you can just staple through the gap. And that is how you staple on double piping. But for the rest of the way, I'm going to show you this. So this is a hot melt glue gun. Comes with, this is glue that melts in the heat. So the hot part at the end here, the hot part of the gun warms up, melts the glue, and it comes out like hot glue basically. They call it a hot melt gun. So here you can glue onto the fabric, put a little bit on the wood as well. And then stick down. You do have to be very careful with hot melt glue. It is quite good stuff though, to be fair, because once you get it on, once it dries, it becomes like plastic, so you can just peel it off. So now that is dried, well, nearly dried. Now it's cooled down, it basically turns into plastic. That is glued on now. So that is the two ways that you fix your double piping. So this is going to be on the back of your chair. Don't do this on the front of your chair. If you're going to join your piping, make sure it's around the back of the chair. Here we are, we stapled up to here or glued. I would say gluing is the best option for double piping, because when you staple, it does leave a ripple in the piping. It doesn't sit perfectly straight. So that would be my advice. Always glue. You can staple, no one's going to really notice, but I prefer, for a nice cleaner finish, definitely glue. So what we're going to do is, like we do with our piping on our scatter cushions, we are going to undo the stitches and cut away some of the cord. Now you want to make sure you cut away the same amount on both bits of cord. I'm holding this back, I can see where that one finishes, I can feel that, I'm pinching there, so I'm going to cut this away exactly the same. So they finish dead level. I'm just going to cut away some of the back of the fabric, because we're not going to need all that. So we've cut away all this excess fabric here, then we can fold that under in itself. So your regulator can be used to move fabric underneath, like so. Now I've got that exactly where I want it, I'm going to put a staple in there. You don't have to do staples, obviously. You can do glue, which I prefer. You have to be careful with this. You don't want to cut too much away and then realise it's going to look bad, because that will be a bloody nightmare. So what I'm doing here is I'm stripping this back, I'm pulling that piping all the way back. Not pulling the fabric, I'm holding onto the piping, I'm pulling the fabric back, and I can see there, I can cut straight through there, exactly where them two bits finish. So, bang on. So we're going to do exactly the same with this. Cut away a fabric from the back that we're not going to need, because there is a lot of fabric, because it's like, obviously it's double, and then doubled on itself again. So got it where I want it, bang a staple in, maybe bang two or even three. So again, I'm still using my tools, my regulator or my skewers, to push the bits of fabric under that I don't need, we don't want to see. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we join up double piping. It's never going to be perfect, but it's as good as you're going to get it. So always make sure you do this on the back of the chairs. Hope you found this video helpful.